Oh, good morning. What is it? Thursday morning? Boy, it was chilly this morning. Summer is on its way out. Anyway, last night I got a haircut. Mrs. Jpaydirt gave me a haircut. I told her she wanted to cut my hair a long time ago. It was getting pretty long and curly. And I told her she couldn't cut it until I got the D9 put back together because I couldn't afford to lose all my strength. So I wanted to show you this morning what that mud looks like that comes out of the cement pits. This is what it looks like. So you dump it out on the ground and it dries out, then you just take the loader and push it up or make some dikes around it, and then you can just dump inside and build another layer and another layer. So that's what all that dirt over there was. But where I'm working now, you can see there's like potato waste in there, and that's what messes you up. The raw potatoes never dry out. They just never dry out. So I shoveled the tracks out last night. It was a greasy mess. Let's see if we can get Killdozer to chuggity chug this morning. smoke's rising off of it. She's a cooking. So I gotta figure out how to get all that crap out here. That's gonna take me all day, I'll bet. Part of tomorrow. So this is what I'm dealing with. See, that's raw potatoes that she's a cooking. And then I got dry dirt. I push the dry dirt all day long. When I get down on top of that big slab, it won't support the tractor. You can't push over it. All I can do is try to cut it down to solid ground and just move it. I'm going to end up putting in a big pile out there. The problem is, it gets tough to get up on the pile because that's under there. You just can't mix it up. It's just, it doesn't go away. You can see all the potatoes in it. Guess I better move the Super Dodge. Wonder what my insurance guy'd say if I called him and said, hey, I buried my truck. my next big challenge. Here comes the gravy. And that shit's gonna run out here, and it's gonna be miserable to push that up that hill and get rid of it. Because it's just moving like lava. Comes the landslided gravy. So when I got done pushing all this, it was later in the day. I went over and got the cat cleaned up really good. Spent a couple of hours just cleaning junk off of everything. And then I realized I couldn't come get the cat Sunday morning because it was Memorial Day weekend, and I'm not allowed to move overweight the day before, the day of, or the day after a major holiday. So I just hurried and went home and got the truck ready, and then came up super early Friday morning, got it loaded up, and left after the rush hour traffic was over. So there was a lot of questions about why don't they take the dirt out in the field. Well, they are going to take it out in the field. They've got some areas that they need a lot of fill. They're rolling hills, and they want to level it out because they don't want the water ponding. So the fields that they own are wastewater fields, and they're taking the wash water and spraying it out there on a grass. And there's a lot of nitrogen in it, and the grass takes the nitrogen out of the ground from the wastewater, and then they cut it, and then they silage it. And when you silage it, it burns even more of the nitrogen out of it, because you can't feed it to the cattle straight out of the field green. And so the dirt they'll take back out there, they'll take some of the junky stuff with the rocks in and put it on the deep fills, and then cover it with that good topsoil. Now, a lot of people ask, why don't they sell it, blah, blah, blah. Well, you run into a lot of issues there. I don't really know that they want to mess with that. One of the bigger issues with that material is nematodes are always a problem. And years ago, we had a cyst nematode issue. If you go back and watch one of my videos titled Zombie Virus, it's where I got done working in a field, and then USDA came, steam cleaned my machines and disinfected them before they left, because there was a potential risk that that field contained the cyst nematode. So guys don't really want that dirt back, because it's not their dirt, it's everybody else's, and nobody wants to get some kind of bad disease. So the dirt generally stays with the processor and goes on their ground. So hope that answers that.